This is the camera comparison video of Pixel 3a versus Pixel 6a. Hi everyone, this is JD, your gadget review friend. Welcome back to Gadget Rev Now. There is something special about Pixel phones. It doesn't matter what Pixel phones you buy, it has the same DNA of computational photography. These phones will take great photos with subtle differences. Today we are comparing the first ever Pixel A series, the Pixel 3a, versus the latest and I think one of the best value Pixel A series today, the Pixel 6a, because of the flagship tensor chip. Pixel 3a was released May of 2019 and has a single 12 megapixel main, f1.8 dual pixel autofocus, and OIS. While Pixel 6a just got released May of this year with dual camera and the main having the same specs, only wider of 27mm. This will be a great fight. Let's begin. Hi everyone, good morning. This is an early vlog for me. This is Pixel 3a versus Pixel 6a. The speech enhancement is turned on Pixel 6a. This is the video quality of the front cameras of both phones. I think Google didn't change the cameras of both phones. That's why Google sucks on videos, because they're reusing the older sensors. So for cameras, you can use computational photographies for photos. But for videos, it relies on the sheer power of the sensors. That's why for YouTubers like us, we always use proper camera to record our videos and not cell phones. So let's check the audio. Check 1, 2, 3, check 1, 2, 3. This is the audio that's coming out of Pixel 3a. And check 1, 2, 3, check 1, 2, 3. This is the audio that's coming out of Pixel 6a. On our first test, the audio, Pixel 6a has better noise cancellation because of the speech enhancement. This is an upgrade feature of the new Pixel 6a. My voice is louder too, so Pixel 6a wins this category. Next is color profile or saturation. This will be a close fight. I seriously feel it's the same main sensor. I might be wrong, but the images are pretty close. The main difference are the brightness. The colors are a tad brighter on Pixel 6a, and I thought the sky and clouds are better too. I like the color of the sky, also the reds and the yellows. The white balance on Pixel 3a is cooler compared to Pixel 6a. In a well-lit environment, the main sensor and ultra-wide of Pixel 6a will perform the same. I mean, hard to spot the difference. This is a personal preference. This is 4K 30 FPS and there's a little bit of rolling shutter in the beginning on Pixel 3a. The colors are muted and some jitters too, but not that bad. Well, this made me think again it might not be the same sensor because the video is so much better on Pixel 6a. No rolling shutter, colors are great, and this is super smooth. Next, let's check who manages the flaring better, and both phones handle it well. I don't see any difference. The white balance on Pixel 3a is cooler, also the colors are more natural looking, while Pixel 6a is warmer and punchier, and this is the same on both sensors. Next is 4K 30 FPS ultra-wide. Pixel 3a is just using the main sensor for reference. And this is the ultra-wide lens of Pixel 6a. I like the colors. This reminds me of the saturation of GoPro 11, looks the same. With the active mode, you can actually use this for action too. Next is exposure. On a wet environment, it's really hard to see the difference, but going to a more challenging scenarios, here you can see the things on the top of the fridge has better exposure on Pixel 6a, and also the garbage on the side. Next is highlight, and here almost the same look, with a difference in white balance, warmer on Pixel 6a. Here same exposure on the left, and almost the same highlights on the right, but you can slightly see the sky on Pixel 3a, and the colors of the house is cream not white. The Pixel 3a has slight advantage on the highlights. This is Pixel 6a at 4K 60 FPS. The Pixel 3a can only do 30 FPS. If you like this type of camera comparison video, don't forget to subscribe. Next are video slow motion test, and we're starting with the regular speed. This is the slow motion 1/4 of a second. And this is the super slow motion 1/8 of a second. Next is close focus, same focus distance on both phones for the main sensor. And this is the focus distance on the Pixel 6a using ultra wide lens. Almost the same, it just loses the background blur but wider. Next is text sharpness, and again, same sharpness on the main sensor. Looking at the ultra-wide lens of Pixel 6a, the main sensor is sharper compared to the ultra-wide. So again, this is where I think it's the same sensor because from the focus, distance, sharpness, and details, both phones are the same. Although 12 megapixel for both, they have great details. Next is selfie video recording, and both of them can only record at 1080p. Pixel 3a is muted and shaky. I'm pretty sure it's the same 8 megapixel sensor, but Pixel 6a outputs differently. Pixel 6a has great colors and contrast. Stabilization is surprisingly better too, although on papers, it's the same 8 megapixel. You can vlog using the Pixel 6a for sure. Next is portrait mode without human subject, and Pixel 6a has a wider field of view. Both phones are identical, so this is a tie for me. Next is selfie portrait shot, and there's a consistent difference between the two. Pixel 6a I think has some AI going on that identifies the face and brightens it. Pixel 6a also cuts out the subject better, as you can see here. On the rear camera, again, wider field of view on Pixel 6a, but if you go for the night shot, the camera on Pixel 3 is not zooming in, and both of them outputs the same image, if not using portrait mode. Speaking of night shot, it's the same output for night shot, just a difference in color. I think Google Pixel 3 is a little bit washed out on some images. Like the 3 here, Pixel 6a nailed the greens. But on some shots, the white balance on Pixel 6a is a little bit off, rendering a warmer tone on night shot. Sometimes it doesn't look really good. For selfie low-light video, surprisingly, Google Pixel 3a is better. It is brighter than Pixel 6a. For the rear camera, it's the same output. I vote for Pixel 3a. I mean, you will see more in the dark. And lastly, versatility. Both phones has regular wide, 2x digital crop, but only Pixel 6a has ultra-wide lens. So what is Gadget Rev Now's verdict? Pixel 3a or Pixel 6a? This comparison is a testament of how good Pixel phones are. It doesn't matter what the age of the phone is. Let's do a recap. The Google Pixel 3a has cooler white balance, it is natural looking, it manages the highlights better, and has better low-light video. While the newest and the latest Pixel 6a has better audio, it has warmer white balance, more saturated, better video stabilization, better exposure and dynamic range, wider field of view and cutout on portrait mode, and has ultra-wide lens. There are definitely upgrades on the new Pixel, and if you're planning to upgrade, I think the newest Pixel 6a is superior. And there you go. Hope you enjoyed this video. I'll continue to compare these two phones in our channel, so stay tuned. And as always, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.